Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Blackview, the company that's brought you the military-hardened phones, the ones that have the FLIR technology in them that looks like this.
Now here's another video. In the upper left-hand corner, I'm showing the average temperature across the entire screen. And in the very center, I've got a little marker that's showing me the temperature at that location. Now I want to check the grass, and I'm going to come into the driveway.
Amazing technology. But this video is not about this phone. I use this phone to show you how hot Android watches can get when they're playing videos. No, this video is about a Blackview watch itself. Yep, inside this box, you can get the R6 from the Blackview official store, AliExpress, IP68 hardened smartwatch with all sorts of goodies in it. Let's take a look and then we'll examine the specs. The R6, it says, wow, comes like this. Very nice. Does it have a similar kind of feel to you? Yeah. These guys are in for the duration with this stuff. There's a QR code to download the Tethering app. We're going to tell you how to do all that in a minute. On the bottom of here, it says rugged. Yeah, can you see that? Okay, good. Blackview on the button. Come on, focus, here you go. There you go. And buttons, literally, on the side. You've got the back with the charging port and, again, the amazing design. The bands are not removable. Look at that. They're integrated into it, but they're a nice, strong TPU style. We've got a 2-connector charger that goes with it. That attaches this way. And the test. Yeah, it's strong enough to hold the watch, maybe even wiggle it. Yeah, so it'll hook on good when it's charging. And the instruction manual, we'll get to that after we take a look more at the specs. Once again, check the show notes for the buying link to switch over here and pick it up for under 40 bucks. Hopefully we'll have a coupon for you as well. Now, not a lot of basic specs in this watch. It's a typical fitness smartwatch by Blackview. You've got a step counter, fitness tracker, sleep tracker, all of those things. These languages are supported. Life waterproof, actually, IP68. You know, AliExpress doesn't let you do all the different levels, so it's always just going to say life waterproof. But this one is hardened to a good, solid waterproof spec. You got the battery capacity there, and no mention really even of the details of the watch itself, its screen size or resolution. Hopefully we'll be able to tease that out as we go through here. Here's the instructions on how to bind the watch to the Tethering app. We'll check that all out as well. The synchronizing of data and your basic instructions for use. Operating instructions, and there's an idea of what some of the faces and apps will look like on the actual watch itself. More details. There's our product parameters. So that's the information. It's using Bluetooth 4, 1.3-inch screen, 240. Oh, wait a minute. That's the product frequency. Well, okay, 1.3-inch screen. There we go. And I think that's about it. Then we switch into other languages. Yeah, some frequently asked questions. And we're good to go. I'll charge it up for us. And yeah, let's see. It looks like the screen is in that little square. So it's going to have a big black border around it. So I guess the main thing it's got going for it is it's Blackview, and it's a very hardened watch. Let's see what it'll do. So it turns out these are all like simulated buttons here. There's really only one side button, and when we press it, almost instantly it vibrates and twirls and comes up with its opening watch face. And like we projected, it looks like it's got a big border and a small center area that the actual screen occupies. Kind of a flashback to 2018, 2019 design style, but it's a functional watch and it's got a lot going for it. So we'll start out, show you that when you swipe down, you'll get notifications pushed from your phone when you're tethered. When you swipe up, you're getting your step count information, your calories burned, or distance traveled rather, and your calories burned, with a chart that's showing you when it happened. Now, there's no calibration marks on the side. It's just little marks across the bottom that doesn't have, there's nothing. It's a graph with no markings on either axis, but it looks pretty, doesn't it? And it tells you your actual step count there. When you go this way, you get into some things like turning on and off continuous automatic heart rate. Yeah, and it tells you what's happening. There's your twist your wrist to see the time. We want that on. Here's the overall do not disturb that you can turn on and off for when you want it quiet or no vibration. And then this says function off and function on. Just says function off, right? Okay, I'm not sure what that one does. When you go this way, finally, we're going to get to where things are. Come over here. You get your sports section, heart rate, a relax and alarm clock, then another page of goodies, which includes weather and sport records and overall settings. Here, you've got your choice of dial, or you can press and hold. Let's change one. Here we go. We're on the first dial. I'm going to switch us to the second one so you get to see all of them. There aren't that many in here. And we got here by going 1, 2, and down here, and that was dials. You've got dimming, and that's 3 levels. There's the brightest, there's the dimmest, and we're shooting this video in the middle. And then you have an about, which gives you your MAC address for tethering, and we need to push the button to come out of that. Shut down and reset the entire watch. You can't shut it down by pressing and holding the button for a long time. I tried that. You have to actually use shutdown from here, and you have to hit the button to go back. And there we are on the watch face, which if I press and hold, I can show you the third of 4. There you go. That's a nice analog one. You can get a feel for how the screen looks in here, and that's only on the second brightness. And now let's go through all the items. You've got sports section. Now notice the first few that I got ordered this way are integrated with GPS in the watch. So if you're going to do a run or a walk, or I believe cycling and hiking, you can invoke that and it will give you the GPS tracking with the watch. You have a pool swim and open water swim. Of course, this thing is rugged and waterproof. And you can add some other things. I just threw in yoga for fun. From the app, you have a variety of others that you can add, but no more than what you see here. So that's what, 5 of them? It's 7, about 7 or so. When you actually activate one of these, it's going to look for GPS, and it's going to ask you to stand still, and it's going to go through this whole thing as it acquires GPS. You can skip past it if you want to and go right into the exercise, and you'll see it's going to give you your distance traveled, time, your heart rate, your calories burned on that page. This one then gives you probably your pace, your step count maybe. I'm not sure. That looks more like pace. Anyway, miles and GPS positioning. So you're going to get a little bit of a graph developed on here as you're actually moving around. There's no Earth chart, no Google Earth kind of a thing or Google Maps, but it does show you against the grid the positioning on here. To get out of it, we press. That paused it, I believe. We long press. Press it again. Press it again. Not sure how you get out of it. Long press, slide. You think Mr. Tix would do this ahead of time. There you go. Finally, I got an opportunity to leave. That is your sports section. Heart rate now, we'll probably need to put it on for that so I can show you that aspect of it. We've got the TPU band. Lots of holes all the way through, so it should fit large wrists and small wrists. And it's acquiring my heart rate. And you see you have different readings over time. It is actually giving you your lowest and your highest number. That's interesting, but it's kind of useless information because you don't know what time that happened at, or really the overall levels. But there is my current heart rate, and it's giving my resting heart rate. That's interesting. It's computing that at 62. So you got to wear it for a while, especially if you have that turned on for continuous heart rate monitoring. Then you've got this relax thing. You can do it for 1 or 2 minutes. You activate it, and it says, please calm down. You see the dots going, getting you ready, and then begin. And it just vibrated as it's asking me to inhale, and it vibrated, and then we exhale. The flickering you're seeing is an interaction between the beat rate of the watch and the camera. If you're seeing that, I am. And it's not on the watch, actually. The watch is clean and clear. And it's just doing this 1 minute worth of inhaling and exhaling. And to show you, we can't swipe out of it. We have to leave it that way. You got alarms that you can set if you want to. Okay. And a music player when you're tethered to the watch. A timer. The music, by the way, would play through the phone, not through the watch. There's no real speaker in here, just vibration. You've got a stopwatch, but I can't up here to exit it. I have to confirm exiting it, and then that will reset it to 0. So you need to leave the stopwatch running. It won't run in the background. When you're tethered, you get your weather. You can have centigrade or Fahrenheit, and 27 minutes faster. I'm not sure what that means. There's the future dates of what the weather's going to be like, the conditions, and the temperature range. And you got your sport records. And I did a 52-minute yoga session here, then burned 52 calories, had a 66 heart rate, and so forth. And I can't go into it any further than that, but you can look at it on the Tethered app, which is about where we're going to go now, because we're now at settings, and those are all the functions we covered there. That's not a button. It's only here to take us back, and I'm going to press and hold and take you to one more watch face, which is a custom face that I downloaded from the app. Let me show you how. The app that tethers to this particular watch is called VeryFit Pro in the Google Play Store. Open it. I'm in as a visitor. I'm not registered with an account, so you can accumulate your data if you want to. Just remember, it won't be stored if you don't log in and create an account first. Here's my step count information so far for today, and check this out. Whee! Oh, that's the most fun of all. And again, now we've got these lines like we saw on the watch, but this time we actually have midnight to midnight and some steps that are randomly put here that matches your highest one and divided by 4. And as you walk longer in any particular time frame, that will adjust as well. So you see I've got a few steps that added up to that. The duration information is down here. And then I got 2 other tabs. I've got sleep. Have not done any sleep with this one, so I don't have the data on it, but it looks like it's only going to cover deep, light, and awake states, no REM sleep or any of that stuff. And then your overall heart rate, which when you get it in here is just going to activate a remote reading of your heart rate, and it's not showing on the watch, but it is ticking away here, and hopefully, oh wow, I don't see the diode on over there. Maybe I got to touch it. Ah! Silly me. It's just flashing there like it's taking the temperature. Sorry about that. Okay, I guess that just is telling you to touch it again. And you'll get into this chart, which we can't skip. But look at that. We've got a funny little orange line here. And we can go and see what the rates are. Really tiny writing. Blue, yellow, and then if you're really exercising, I'm sure it probably goes into red. Here's your day. No events have been recorded. Your resting heart rate and such, and that's the heart rate information. Sleep, activity, heart rate. I'm pretty sure it's trying to take a heart rate reading. It seems like it should be, but it's not. And there's your continuous chart. Okay, that's all on this homepage tab. Then I go into details, and now it's showing you your activity over this week. And I've just started, so it looks like it's going to make a cumulative addition of all of my step count for a week continuously. Possibly same thing for sleep time, and then heart rate is going to show you over a weekly schedule. That's the details, and then more information down here is broken out. This is an odd thing. I go in here and I have choices of either doing an activity, which I got it set for outdoor walk, or you can change it to be one of other things that you want. You can enable frequencies and maps and all kinds of stuff with this and do your tracking right here on the app itself. You can also go into other things that you can record, and you can check your records there. And there's the yoga that I did, and that's about all there is on that. Or you can touch it and adjust your weight in pounds or kilograms if you have it set for metric, and record a weight so you can monitor if you're going up or down in weight over time. Presumably that's all in the center tab. Finally, we get into the device and the user. User is basically where you log in or register, you set up your personal information, your system settings look like this, where you can change your units. Okay, kind of going through it in detail because we haven't seen this app too much. Starting of the day of the week, connected status, where you do your feedback and everything, and personal info is where you put in your stuff, and I made it female because this one does monitor period tracking. We'll show you that in a second. And frequently asked questions. Third-party program look, you can actually tie this one to Strava. A lot of people ask about that, and this particular watch through this particular app can get you connected to Google Fit or to Strava if you want to transfer your data. The fact that it has GPS, it's waterproof to the max. You can do swimming on it, and you can connect it to Strava, starting make that little bitty screen seem a little bit better. Like you could live with it. Back to device, I want to show you in dial settings what we've got. There's your core ones. You can do a wallpaper, one that you make yourself out of your own picture. You got cloud watch faces. These are the ones that are optional, but you can only add one. And I really wanted to add this one, but I added that one so you could see it. But we're going to add that one right now. I like this one because it's a really nice big one. Set as default watch face. It's synchronizing it over there. It doesn't take too terribly long. There we go, and boom! Boom! Nice big digits. You hardly even notice the black border. In fact, it actually helps it stand out so you see the digits better, doesn't it? Nice. Okay. And like I said, it replaces the one that was there. So you can have one custom one from the store. You can create one special one, wallpaper style, and then use any of the other three stock ones. Music control I have turned off, but you could play music from your watch as a controller for the music on your phone. It'll play out of your phone. Here's the automatic or manual detection of your heart rate. And this is your activity mode where you can have it automatically tell if you are walking or running or either, I guess. I've got it set so if I'm walking, it captures that. That's pretty much how it got the other data there. Healthcare. This is the menstrual setting and reminder settings. And ladies, this is a really detailed one. You can set all these different parameters on it. And you can also set these kind of reminders. And when you want those reminders to happen. So this could be a pretty cool ladies surfing kind of a watch if you wanted to track all that stuff and use it in and underwater. What else have we got? More is basically your activity display. Here you go. These are the things that you can add. These are what's already there in the order that they're in. You can't add any more, but you could pick some of these and move them up there if you take some of these out. And that's how all this activity stuff works. Heart rate zones you can set and make it customized with a maximum rate. You're supposed to take 220 minus your age, but you can make it whatever you want, and then it's going to do the percentage breakdown for the different ones based on what you create for there. So it's got a little bit of smarts going on in it. Do not disturb, and you can reboot the device all from here as well. So that's pretty much the app here. Turns out I was able to wear this a few more days than I expected and gather some extra data for you. So from today, which I haven't even begun yet, I can go in here and show you. You can change the view by day, and it's showing you your overall steps. Here's the day we just looked at. Let's take a look at this day. I tap on it and view this day. Gives me my step count. And that's about it, because I didn't really do anything else. If I instead go here, view this day, now watch this. I have, in addition, a couple of outdoor walks. That's my house. This is Google Maps zoomed so far in. And I tend to do walks around the lanai. I'm not sure what that one is over the edge, but about 10 different laps. Pretty darn good GPS for that. Here's another one. That's my house again, and I did a little bit of walk outdoors, and it's of course accumulated that stuff too. And then here's last night's sleep, or that night's sleep time, and it shows you your light and your deep and your fall asleep and your wake up information. If I go here, view this day, I hit a huge step count. And that's what it looks like. Thought you might like to see a little bit more actual data on this thing. No blood pressure, no blood oxygen, no ECG. It's not a health monitoring watch. It's really a ruggedized sports fitness watch primarily. And when you go in here, we got the sports records. I'm not seeing it now, but before I did see the information for period tracking that was showing up. Weekly totals, okay. There it is. It's at the bottom of that list. It'll show the ladies where they are in their cycle and give you some basic information about it as well. Okay, we'll show you once again that it's really sealed well, definitely a waterproof watch. Apparently, you can do something to disconnect the bands, it looked like in the manual, but I'm not sure. It's certainly not your standard pin type bands, so I would imagine you're going to be using the bands that come with it. You can take out with a T4 tool the bands and have yourself one fun, incredible little pocket watch too. GPS in your pocket. Nice. And where do you get it? From the Blackview official store, of course, on AliExpress. Haven't really seen it around anyplace else. It's not that expensive, under 40 bucks. We got the link in the show notes if you're interested, and check it out. Okay. Hello, Blackview. They make great phones. Really amazing. One of the few that has the really true nighttime or infrared vision in it, and now we've got some ruggedized watches from them as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again soon.